tonight for Season 6, the first race of the regular season here today. And we are very excited because we went through the trucks last night. We just not got done with Xfinity. And now the moment that we've all been waiting for. It is Cup time here, ladies and gentlemen. And we are in the booth. Once again, it is yours truly, the man who's always known for being a broadcaster since Season 1. Always Jake and Truck Series driver. And joining along beside me is, of course, a man who knows a thing or two when it comes to super speedway racing. And I'm talking about the guy who came very close to winning last night's race. I'm talking about that Porchy dude. Porchy, welcome back to the booth. And what a race we have in store for us.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's the entire speed weeks have been really crazy. The duels were action packed. The truck race was really good. So was the Xfinity race. The Xfinity race has by far been the most chaotic, with the most wrecks, the most moving around. The high side worked many times before, and I definitely expect the Cup Series to have way more action within these stages, and of course during the end of the race with that outside lane definitely working. And honestly, I expect a lot of crashes in every stage.
I love the honesty, and of course, joining me next is, of course, another Truck Series driver who I ended up battling and back with a couple of times or two, and of course, everyone's favorite, Kush Knight. Kush Knight, welcome back to the booth, my guy.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, what's up? And then joining us later on, which he went to go and decided to put up dishes before we got done,
I'm back.
and help us welcome a man who has had an up and down off season before we got things started. But help us please welcome, for the first time in the booth, free agent series driver Furchinator. Furch, how are you doing? And welcome to the booth.
Thanks for having me. This is my second time in the booth. I wasn't here once last season, but yeah.
I mean, either way, though, so this is my first time to get a chance to work with you. So, yeah, once again, guys, the big headline, in case anybody missed the Clash races and the dual races. So, as y'all know, we had both Eric and McCard that's going to be starting on front row. Porchy, we both got a chance to check these races out. How much do you think the pressure is built on two Xfinity Series drivers?
Probably just the same as everyone else competing in this race. I mean, it is the Daytona 500. It's the biggest race of the season, and it's the first race of the season. I mean, we haven't done a race for Cup Series in a while, so getting back to it, it's definitely gonna be new. It's gonna be exciting to watch this race as it unfolds and see who wins the Daytona 500.
Very well said. And of course, I think Kush Knight, you can say it very well, is that you pretty much have two Xfinity Series drivers and a pack full of Cup Series drivers with a little bit of Xfinity, because those two are not the only Xfinity Series drivers. I believe we have, correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny, and I think those are only three. Am I correct there, Porchy?
I believe so. It was Kinney and McCard that definitely made the transfer as well. I'm not sure who else is from Xfinity that is in the Daytona 500. Gonna have to double check on that sooner or later.
Yeah, well, back to what I was saying to Kush is that, as far as Kenny, we don't know where Kenny's going to be starting here tonight, but yet, how much pressure do you think is going to be built for him, especially now the fact that he's going to be in probably the biggest race to start the season, known as the Daytona 500?
I think he'll be all right. Kenny was really good in here. The last bit that he had in this league, he was really good. He took some time away from the league. He's back now. He's looking to pick up where he left off. I'm sure we've had a few other guys come back and do the same.
And of course, sorry to interrupt you there, but of course, something that we also need to talk about is that we have a returning Cup Series driver, a two-time Cup Series champion, Heredia God. After having his little Xfinity run last season, he's now returned to Cup. So, Furchinator, you know a thing or two when it comes to seeing Heredia winning two championships. I mean, do you think there's any pressure towards him? Do you think he has that same motivation as he did last season with the Xfinity Series?
Well, not really though, because I feel like his competition in Cup Series is about the same as his competition last year in Xfinity. Once you think about it, because a lot of those guys ended up having to move up with the draft that we had earlier in the season.
Yeah, very well said. And of course, so something I want to get to you, Porch, is that for anyone else that doesn't know, we do not have Fist Buster with us. So that puts the change of the competition just a little bit. So do you think we're going to be focusing on both Joker and Heredia throughout the season?
Um, we definitely will be, considering they've always been up the front. But someone else that I want to keep my eye on, especially during the race, is Wybetta. Um,
That's right, yeah.
but because I believe he joined, I want to say, sort of late last season, and he definitely started off competitive. So definitely expect him to be up there, because last season he definitely had the pace, he definitely had speed, and I believe he won a couple races in the Cup Series. Whenever he joined right in, and it's not like it took him a little bit to get up to speed. I mean, he had pace right off the bat. So I don't. I mean, even if he doesn't have a great result tonight, I don't believe that'll hinder any chances of him keep competing up at the front in the future races, because I know he has the speed and he knows that as well. So he's definitely going to be a threat as well late into the season, is my prediction.
And of course, something I've always thought about is that you actually brought up a very good point. Is that YB Beta, who pretty much was in the Final Four last season. I mean, you can pretty much say that this could be some redemption for him, especially after what happened to him at the championship race. Do you think that there's any pressure or anything on him there, Kush?
Can you rerun that one more time? I was reading chat.
You're good, because I heard you laughing. So, but no, what I'm talking about YB Beta is that the one thing I can say about YB Beta is that he has a chance to be able to show that he can win a championship. So, do you think there's any pressure on him, or could he make this his redemption season?
So, I think if Heredia would have stayed in Xfinity, there really wouldn't have been a lot of pressure on him, because he was pretty dominant that back half of the season outside of Fifth, it seems like. But with Heredia coming back up, I think Heredia is going to prove tough for him.
Yeah. So, real quick though, while we're getting everyone ready, I want to go ahead and get a chance to ask you guys, the one that's watching us right now, who is your picks to win the Daytona 500? Let us know down in the comment section, and we will gladly get a chance to answer them all whenever we get to the cautions or whatever happens. So, I'm going to start off with you guys first. I'm going to start off with you first. This is a really big race to start things off the season. Who do you see winning tonight?
Honestly, I'm just throwing this out there as a wild card. Kind of think that Chibi's gonna win it.
Wow.
Chibi's up there. He's up there. He's a good driver. Might have a little bit of trouble sometimes keeping himself straight, but I trust him.
That's a very bold prediction there. Very, very, very bold. And of course, I'm gonna ask Kush this. Kush, who do you see winning tonight's race?
Man, it's Daytona, so you never know. Anybody can win from the back marker all the way to your highlight superstars. So let's go with the crazy pick, and let's say Joker gets his first win and proves the haters wrong on the ovals.
And I don't even think Joker's won a Daytona 500, if I'm not mistaken.
I
So,
don't think he has either. This is going to be a good season, we think here.
so what a great way to get a chance to start things off. And of course, last but certainly not least, the man himself, Porchy. Porchy, who do you see winning tonight?
Honestly, it's. I mean, the way how Xfinity went, it's definitely going to be a mystery. But man, I don't know. If I had to really make a pick, I think it would either be YB or Kenny LaFleur. If I had to pick.
Wow, that is a really bold prediction. All right, I like that. I like that. To me, there's two drivers that I would definitely keep an eye on if I was y'all, and one is, this man, he's had a great run. I mean, he's been doing this like the last two, like pretty much all 6 seasons here in Hennessy Performance League. And of course, a man that I gotta give credit where credit's due, the man who pretty much commentated the Xfinity race, Mr. Brody. You guys have to keep an eye on Brody in this one. And of course, I'm not cheerleading or anything, but of course, someone I also want to keep an eye on. He had a struggling run, changing different teams last year, but now he goes over to Roush, and I think this year is going to be a great year for him. and Big Jim. So those are my two drivers that y'all need to keep an eye on. And as far as winning the race, you never know what can happen. We're allowed to join. And something I definitely do want all of us to keep an eye on is the lines. We saw that at the Classroom. We saw that at the duel. Is which line can give the most runs. We've seen a little bit of it in the Xfinity race. We've seen most of it in the Truck Series. But let's see what we can do here tonight. Porchy, any final comments before we go live?
Honestly, it's gonna be crazy. There's gonna be crashes. There's gonna be a lot of passes. There's gonna be a lot of moving around in the pack with 3 wide, 4 wide, especially heading into the corners, trying to make a move, trying to get your nose down below someone, trying to stay on that bottom as much as you can, and honestly trying to help your teammate as well. I can definitely see a lot of people getting together with their teammates.
And of course, one thing I definitely do appreciate is you, the ones that's watching this live with us as we're getting ready to go green. Green flag in the air at the Daytona 500 Season 6 in the Cup Series. Kicks things off. Here we go. And I like the scheme that Eric runs. And thank you to whoever said that. Let's go racing, boys. In honor of DW. And looks like they see that McCarr is running in the alley scheme. I thought that was Joker there.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, they're touching a bit. They're touching a bit.
Yeah, looks like the second line right there on the outside is struggling a little bit. Meanwhile, you see a lot of people diving onto the back, but they're trying to get that run going. I think who is that? Is that the? Oh, I forgot. Killer was in here. Killer was in here. Yeah, he also won the spot as well. So there's that. So my apologies there, Killer.
I will say Eric is the first driver to lead a lap this whole season.
Alright, and of course something that we also need to keep an eye on is that he's got the 11 of Tiger NASCAR right behind him. And it's for anybody who's wondering where is the Clash drivers, Eric is racing in that Shark 43. Looks like McCarr was running in the 25. I think Kenny LaFleur is running the 51, and Killer is running in the 95. So
I will say your top 4 right now are Eric, Tiger, Smoke Zemog, and Allen.
Yeah, so far Allen's doing really good. I mean, we thought that he was going to be done with Hennessy last year, but he's still staying with them under the knowledge of new captain in Ballstick. So far, a lot of different changes over there in Roush.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Him stepping down was a big question mark if what was going to happen there.
And of course, I see somebody running in the test session scheme, the 17 of as I'm trying to find them, the 17 of Ghost Killer. Ghost Killer running the test session scheme. What a way to start the 500 and start the season.
Someone was practicing.
All right, let's go ahead and get back to the front here as we're keeping an eye on a lot of different things. The back of the pack is getting really dicey already, and if I was them, I would just play follow the leader and get down to the bottom line. Portu, what are you seeing out there, buddy?
Honestly, it's just, I mean, I think right now everyone's just, trying to stay in line, being patient. Speaking of that, the 3, almost got moved up by the 38s. But like I said, I think for now, I think everyone's going to be staying in line, staying in single file for the most part, because it is only the 4th lap of this race, and the stages are pretty long for the Cup Series. So this stage is 32 laps. So I definitely probably going to be patient early on. I'm not sure how green flag pit stops would work at the moment, because we are seeing a lot of movement in the pack.
Yeah.
95. Oh wow.
Oh, 38 just moved to 3. Sorry enough for that, Porchy, but that was oh my God, the Ghost Killer.
The 17. Wow.
That was close.
This is this is going to be interesting, because what you said earlier, the 38 moved the 3, and then the 3 cut down in front of Kenny LaFleur and really just put him on the apron. That's what caused that stack of effect behind him, and that's what caused the 17 to go all the way in the back.
Yeah, so 17 is kind of struggling, so he's got his teammate in Big Jim right behind him, so they won't lose the draft or won't lose the pack. I want to go ahead and keep an eye update on the 8 machine of Fire Slayer. He's got his teammate and captain right in front of him. Looks like the 3 struggling to get down to the bottom until Brody allowed Mike G to get down there, so good for Brody, good for them, because I know how good both Fire Slayer and Mike G can run together. And not to mention, Fire Slayer is a former Daytona 500 winner.
I'm looking through the pack right now, and honestly, I'm not really seeing that many teammates lined up with each other, which is a little bit surprising to say the least, but it still is early on in this race, and everyone right now at least has 18 or 19 laps of fuel, so we definitely will be seeing a green flag pit stop in this stage if there's no yellows, but like I said, still early on, still very early to cause any crashes or anything like that. But what kind of strategies are you guys thinking we might see here?
I am seeing McCarr try and start a high line a decent amount. This race hasn't worked yet. No one's gone with him, but he's been trying to start it, as there is one starting right as we're speaking.
That is the 18. Looks like a little bit of the JGR guys. I need to get used to these names here real quick with a lot of different changes. So my apologies, folks. I'm trying to find the right drivers. You see Dirty Boy Jackson. You see
with the A car.
YB Betta. I forgot YB Betta went over to JGR. So yeah, he is the Candy Man, and of course he's got the 2 Heredia God. One thing I can say about Heredia God is that he is not a fan of these super speedway racetracks because I don't know, it's just there's something about them that he's just not a fan of, and they're trying to form a second line, but yet they got to get together. And back to your question there, oh my God, better than oh my gosh, I just saw
the
that.
Two's in the wall.
That happened because of better my
Oh,
cars.
that's going to be a crash. That's going to be a 2-car crash. They keep it straight for now.
Oh, a 3rd car in the wall.
They're still going, but affected by that. Looks like the 10 of, oh my God, can I please get better at names? Freedom Flyer.
Freedom Flyer, yeah.
Oh, poor Freedom. He is not having a great start.
He's the only SHR car in the field.
Yeah, he's a lone wolf right now.
Something.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. Something I'd be worried about now. I mean, it's very early in the stage. If I was Freedom, I'd be very worried right now because not only
they're wrecking the 9 car and the 1 car, the 9 and the 1.
Oh, the 9.
The one car was still on the track and more people ran into it.
The 12 and the 2 of Terrace and Heredia. That's got to be a caution.
That's going to be a yellow.
Out.
Game caution as well.
Looks like Nobes and who's the 9 car? Nobes and Ghosts got into each other.
Oh my God.
The Ghost, not Ghostface Killer. Just a reference because there are 2 people with the name Ghost now.
Thank you for that there, Furch. But one thing I can say is that was a wild start. It all started with YB Betta and McCard going at it. And then, of course, we saw what happened with the Penske duo and, of course, Nobe. So, first caution of the night here, of course, in Daytona 500, with Eric still in the lead. I mean, he's got a great, solid run. But that gives a question as far as strategy. I mean, Porgy talked about that earlier on, but now what are these drivers going to do? Looks like Eric's going to be starting in the back, and it looks like Dallin and Papo are going to be starting up front, leading us back to green.
That is Luke and Pierce. That's a sight.
And we're back to racing. Green flag back in the air. This time with a little bit of different changes because you see Dallin leading the front. You see Papo in second. Of course, you see the 51.
Kenny just passed him for second.
Kenny right there. Kenny's going to get in second. But look who's right there right behind him. The man that we talked about who has never won a Daytona 500. AlwaysJokerr, a 2-time champion as well, I believe.
No, right
Something
behind
that
they
I
got
mentioned,
KD. That's the 88. That's the 88 right behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
You're all good. What I was saying before that wreck had occurred is that the caution actually saved Freedom because he not only was by himself, but he had a lot of damage. So if there was not going to be another yellow, he very well would have been lapped pretty fast. Because the moment you lose the draft, it can be very worrying because this is a pack of almost 30 cars. 25 people in the race to be exact. So one person versus 24 other people. It's not going to end well, especially when you have damage as well. It's going to be very painful if you're the lone wolf out of the pack, especially with the damage. But that caution did save Freedom Flyer, so now everyone's back into this.
And
As we see the 51 make a move, but no one goes with them.
The contact made on the right on the outside. Oh, and there was Kenny. Contact being made from KD. I forgot that Joker was in the 48, but nonetheless, big wreck in the back.
Wreck in the back. Oh, the one car back into the wall.
Yep.
No.
The 95 and the 10 all got in the wall there.
I think if they can catch Big Jim's track, they should be okay. So yeah, we're still going green, but good job trying to keep things safe, trying to keep things going right there in the back, guys. So yeah, back to the front we go. Here comes the 19.
Should be going for a run.
Going for the run, but he's got no help.
Going with him though. And something that surprised me is whenever the 51 made a move, the 19. I'm not sure if he couldn't let him back in line or what happened there, but it separated both of them, and now the 19 is able to get back down, but it definitely separated the 19 and the 51 for the time being. But I believe there's only one car separating those two, so they're fairly close to each other again, but certainly not the ideal spot on the track where they'd like to be, though.
Yeah, very well said on that, but yeah, right now, I mean, your top three is currently Dallin, KD, and Z-Mog. We've not talked about him much so far. He's had a great, strong run, already a great start to the Daytona 500 for him, staying inside the top 5, and as I'm saying that, here comes Chibi on the outside. Looks like he's got some help. He's got Eric, he's got Tiger, he's got the 21, and he's got
They're too far behind. They're too far behind. They weren't working.
Yeah, but I mean, they're still going to have to keep going. There's no way to get down to the bottom. So, yeah, they're just going to have to work on it. Oh, I saw what Ghost Killer did right there. Good close call by him.
One car lost.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm looking at the one car's live stream. He has quite a bit of front end damage and rear end damage, so that's going to slow him down a lot. He's still going 196, but like I said before, he's outside that pack, and 24 other cars are in that pack right now, so he's going to lose a lot of time.
Yeah, they're going about 10 miles per hour faster than him.
Yeah. One thing I will say, though, is that right in that middle, right where you see the double line, right where you see the 2 lanes starting, is probably the worst spot you want to be in the entire line.
3 wide in the back.
That's the worst spot you want to be in the entire race.
Oh, dear God, yeah. And of course,
dicey.
And something I forgot to mention is that these drivers have to be aware of the glitch right there. Oh God.
We will stay green, guy. I believe it's 3 for a
Oh, nope, yellow's out.
Big Jim was around. Big Jim and Terrorist are both around.
Game called yellow here again. Second game called yellow today, boys.
Yep, it did.
Number 2, will they beat the Xfinity race?
I have an issue, guys.
What's up?
Yes, what's up?
I just got an alert from my PlayStation saying that my PlayStation is too hot. I need to turn it off.
What do we do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We might have to end the stream early and have someone else switch it. Or have a fan on it.
Try to put a fan on it,
down.
or like if you got like an ice pack or something, put an ice pack up against the side of it. Like not going to get wet, obviously, but like put like something cold up against it.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, so just put it against it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it like in the back of it so it gets the cold air going through
Yeah,
it.
because that fan will pull in that cold air.
Yeah. Yeah. Be back.
As we got Alan in first and KD in second as we starting this race back up. Oh my. Nothing
It's
major.
only 12 laps to go in the first stage, so we're getting down to the wire this first stage, so you got the 6 and the teammates, but they are forwards, so
it is Penske and Roush right there.
So they might work together. I'm not sure, but right now I think everyone's starting to get situated. 3 wide in the back with I believe that's the 88 and the 9.
I will say there has been some rumors about people working together. Nothing confirmed fully yet, or at least nothing that we know is confirmed. Obviously, the teams
All right.
know what's confirmed. But yeah.
All right, I'm back, boys. I just got the ice pack
Alrighty.
in the back of the PlayStation, so hopefully we should be good to go. I didn't put it against it, but I did put it right behind it, so that's what we want
I'm
to do there,
sure
Kush.
yeah, it's good, it's good. I'm sure Freedom's probably working with the other forwards, I bet. Being on his own out there, I'm sure he's probably got something going with the other forwards.
Freedom's finding whoever he thinks can work with him because I feel so bad for him being alone. That must feel terrible.
Oh, the 43 just got door checked.
Uh-oh.
24 got kicked out of line.
The 48 looks like it's starting to back up and to generate a run. I would watch out for a move from the 48 because he's backing up quite a bit, and with the run that these Cup cars can get, it can be a pretty good run, and that's not gonna help the 6 and the 22 by not pushing each other because here comes the 48. It's actually gonna push the 22, but the 22 might go to the outside. Allen's gonna be careful here.
I will say the most surprising thing about this is that Allen is one of the guys that really. Yeah, he did win a couple races last year, but he's not one of the guys you'd expect to be the top dog right now. He's been leading most of his races.
Yeah, as he should, and since now I'm back and I'm all good to go. Dallin, who is currently leading most laps here in this race already, and we're still in stage 1. Z-Mock's chilling, but as I mentioned, there's that 48 that we've been waiting for. Someone who's been waiting for his chance to win a Daytona 500, and he's currently up in P3. Look at Chibi in P4. Right off top 5, it is Kenny LaFleur. So far, good run for him. Out of the class drivers, he's had himself a really great run.
My pick doesn't look too bad with Chibi being in 4th right now.
My pick's in 3rd, so I feel that.
Oh.
I can see the outside trying to make something work, but there's just not enough cars on the outside to try and get a momentum.
18, what's going on with the white?
Did he lag out?
No, he didn't lag out.
He lagged for a minute.
Yeah, he lagged out for a minute because
that 10 car is just not fast enough to get that line going.
22 starting to back up here, and we might see a move sooner or later from one of these top 5 drivers. But nothing's really working right now. I can see that the outside line is trying to make something work, but it's just not enough cars, especially with how many people are on the bottom. You're just not going to be able to make it work. So everyone's got to get situated here because the back is not situated at all. They're all over the place and not close to each other at all, trying to make something work. The 10's trying to do something, but it's not working right now. No one's going with them, so I think it's just not the right time to be making the moves. I mean, it's 7 laps to go in the stage, but every lap that you don't make a move, that's just less and less time to try and figure out something to do. And especially with how many different cars are around each other, it's really hard to really plan a
there's a big wreck in the back. Sorry.
The 3. I believe that's gonna be a wreck.
That's gonna be a wreck.
That's gonna be the big one, the first big one. There it goes.
They're gone.
And that'll be another game caution. That was the 3, I believe, that went down on the apron. I'm not sure if that was a glitch that he hit or what, but he hit he got really loose and ended up going back up in front of the field, collecting, I believe, only 3 or 4 cars. But that will be. I would assume, I don't know, I mean, we'll probably restart this stage with about 3 to 4 to go, but I would not be surprised if there would be a yellow to end this first stage, so I don't really see anyone in the top 10 really pitting, considering the points available for them at the moment, but I think midway during stage 2, we'll definitely see some different strategies for sure.
All right. Well, looks like we have once again still same leader, Dallin. We're back on the green here at Daytona, and Z-Mod. That was a bad move there, Z-Mod, cutting right in front of Joker.
Mess up that whole line.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but that created a really big gap for Joker to try and get a run on Idalen here, but he's going to push him right now. But I believe it's 4 to go in the stage, if I'm not mistaken. 3 to go.
Oh, they're wrecking, they're wrecking.
Oh my god.
That's going to end the stage. That's going to end the stage.
Somebody lagged, and
that was a massive wreck, and that did end the stage.
From what I saw, Joker was trying to go. Alan put a block on him, and someone behind ran right into Joker's back and started doing a spin-a-rooney.
Well, I did not see exactly what happened, so I was too busy focusing on the leaders, and all of a sudden I see everyone wrecking. It looked like a lag from what I can tell.
It definitely was a lag. I'm not sure who it was from. It looked like the 48 of Joker, but I'm not entirely sure on that. But it did create a pretty massive wreck.
I mean, half the field is back in the backstretch still.
Well, that does give us a chance to talk about Stage 1 winner in Dallin, who picks up his first stage win of the season. And look who's now the new leader, and Ghost Killer is going to lead things off here in stage number 2 with the card, Killer. And I still need to figure out who the 21 is, but back to green we go.
The 21 is Elite Precision.
Elite Precision, alrighty.
And someone that really hasn't been up here at all is the 95 right now in second place, followed by the leader of the 17. So really both of them haven't been up here as well. Neither is the 18. So different names up here for the second stage.
Well, another name we can bring up that hasn't been up here was the 21 of Elite Precision. I don't know much about him. I think he's a newer guy to the league. Do any of y'all know anything about him that you can speak on?
I don't know, but real quick, but I mean, we gotta focus on what we're seeing out there. Looks like McCarr got himself a second line on the outside, but the problem is there's more to it on the bottom of the 19.
Oh, there's a crash. There's gonna be someone forced down the pit lane. That's gonna be another yellow.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're spinning.
They're crashing more in the back.
Bean got put in the pits. Yeah, Bean
and
was
that is, I believe, a game caution.
Chibi's also in the pits right now.
Yes, it is a game caution. I'm keeping an eye on the One Cars live stream as we speak. Did anyone see what initiated that contact in the back?
I did not. It looked like it might have been a little bit of a lag, like it's just a slight lag, nothing major. This game is prone to having issues with lag.
Well, it certainly wasn't ideal, especially with how many people that we do have in the race. So that might have something to do with it. I mean, there are quite a bit of people in this race with 25 people. So we know the heat servers can do this type of stuff sometimes, which is unfortunate. But things happen.
New leader, the 95
of Killer XL, and of course he's going to lead things back here. Anyways, so we got Killer, Elite Precision, and YB Better, your current top 3 at the moment. And it looks like Better is going to have a push from McCarr on the outside.
Ooh. Another guy who's up in the front that we haven't seen really at all is that's a terrorist.
We've not really got to talk about him much.
Contact.
And the 12 of Terrorist has his teammate behind him, the 22, so he has some help if he wants to, work together and make a move towards the end of the second stage. I think everyone is starting to get situated now. The top line in the back is starting to fade a little bit. Everyone's starting to get down, and the 18 is doing the opposite, but no one's going with him. I don't think he has anyone up there with him, which is really unfortunate, because the 43 is going with them, but it's just not enough. They're going to go right to the back, because everyone's on the bottom, and they're going to be freight training them like nothing.
I will say three out of the first 4 drivers are all a part of Team Penske.
Yeah, very well said on this one, but it's kind of crazy. We're seeing so much of these class drivers. I mean, we saw what happened with Eric, McCarr, but now, look at what we're seeing right now with Killer. I mean,
Joker.
What happened to Joker?
No, that's not Joker. That's 25. That's McCarr.
Yeah, I said.
got him out the line.
I'll say they both had the same scheme, so I can understand from your point of view. So,
Oh! The 12 just
contact.
lagged into the 25, giving him probably major front end damage.
yep, and that's what
the 12 is losing.
The 12's got to drop to the back.
He's gotta go.
That lag is really bad.
That's bad.
Oh
But
my
now
God.
this creates a major problem for the top two because you have so many cars in that pack. They're gonna be. Honestly, I wouldn't even try and block. Oh, there's a crash in the back.
Oh my God.
The 34s are on the 12. I think went back onto the track.
Oh,
And
the six is in total disrepair.
Yeah. Did something happen with the 12?
yeah,
The 12
it
car
looks like
tried to go back up on track too early.
Yeah, and it collected the 34 and the 42 as well of Brody, and that I don't know. I mean he had to rejoin at some point, but I don't know about that lag. That's pretty bad.
Jake's picks are occurring something called the commentator's curse. Everyone.
I mean, my picks have not been that bad. I mean, Brody's having himself a really good run, and
They haven't been bad, but every single crash has involved at least one of those two drivers.
Well, look at the new leader now.
Kenny LaFleur's in the lead,
Yeah.
with Nobes in second.
No, wow, and of course we're back on the green. By the way, shout out to Kush for helping me out with the ice pack trick. It's helped me out a lot now, so thank you there, Kush.
Wherever he is, he says you're welcome.
All right, as rare.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I was on the phone with my wife for a minute there.
Oh my!
The 3 wide. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Wall! Someone's in the wall. 24's in the wall.
That's gonna be a crash, maybe. Nope, they got it situated. Oh, the
Eric's
43,
gone.
way down
Eric's
there.
gone.
Oh, he saved it. Wow.
Yeah, good save, but he's going to end up losing the draft if you.
Who is the 2 car?
Heredia.
Oh!
Oh, Papo!
Someone's in the wall
KD!
back there.
24
Papo
hard
KD! It looks like McCorn might be getting involved with this. Oh my God!
Oh, the 17 and the 51 make contact for the lead, but the 17 is going to be left out to dry unless the 2 comes up. But he's not going to.
Kenny in the lead precision take first and second, with Bean in third, and looks as though Heredia got up there for fourth.
A couple of cars on the outside lane, but no one's situated, so the bottom is just going to freight train everyone on the outside. So everyone on the high side has got to get down immediately, otherwise they're going to have the worry about losing the draft. But honestly, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue considering this is on high draft, I believe, considering it's Daytona. But everyone's situated after that. A little bit of a mess, I can call it.
Yeah, and real quick though, while we're watching this race, if you guys are watching us live or watching this later on, if you guys have not subscribed to us, make sure you guys do so you don't miss out on any Hennessy Performance League racing from any series here in this amazing league.
There's 3 wide in the back. There's 3 wide in the back.
Oh, yep, they are. Oh my gosh. Oh, Terrace is still lagging.
Some terrorist. All right, whenever the next caution comes out, go find your nearest Ethernet cable. Plug that into your PlayStation.
Right.
Your Wi-Fi is not working, sir.
Right now, top 3 is all Kenny. It is Bean, and look now, it is Heredia God.
Watch out from the 38. He's starting to back up with the 2. I don't know if they're going to create a run to try and go to the high side.
What happened first?
The 6 put the 43 in the wall.
The 38 made a the 38 made a move.
Run.
The 38 made a move. The 2 was going to go with them, but the 2 allows him to get with his teammate. I think that's what the 2 is planning to do, is fake out the 38 so he can get it with his teammate, elite position. And now, if they want to make a move, they honestly probably could do it just with the 2 of them to get around Kenny LaFleur in the 51 for Joe Gibbs Racing here, leading the race.
I think what's going on is that JGR and Penske are working together. I think that might be happening because every single time that they've both been together, they haven't done any sort of like fake out moves or anything like that.
Yeah, because it looks like the 51. Well, you got the 51 in the lead. The Penske car is the 21 in the 2, and then you got the 95, the 18, and the 19. I believe that is
JGR.
working together, and the 11.
95 is also a JGR. So is the 18, and the 11 is also JGR.
We definitely could be seeing an alliance, as everyone calls it, for the second stage. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out towards the end of the race, because it may be an alliance right now of what we assume, but it'll be very different heading into the third and final stage of this race.
Hey man, once you get to that third stage, every man for himself.
And we see Terrace trying to be able to make a move on the outside line for no reason, but he's not going to have any help. So he's going to be stranded, and he's going to have Eric right behind him. So at least he can do is catch the draft or do something.
Does anyone know how many laps are left in the stage?
I am looking on the One Car's live stream right now. It's a little bit of a delay, unfortunately. Oh, the one just as I just saw, the one just got hit to the bottom of the track. 16 to go, but the one just got lagged into and just got spun to the inside of the track. Luckily, he didn't go down pit road, but he has rear end damage 88. And he has lost a lot of time.
88 is in the grass.
In the wall.
Ghost.
It's 14 to go, I believe, or coming to 15 to go. We'll see on the one's live stream right now.
I think it should be coming up to 15 to go, I believe.
We'll see here to confirm on the one's live stream right now. Come to the line, and yes, it is 15 to go. So getting down to the wire, like not only oh, seeing moving the 95.
Oh, they're touching them back. They're
back. 19 needs to get stay back inside.
If I was the 2, I would drop back to the 18. That way he can't get down in line in front of the.
The 18 went up. The 18 and 19 went up.
All the Joker's racing cars on the high side, including the 48, they're going to go around them. They're not situated on the bottom here. They're going to get freight trained on the top side. All of Joker's racing. Oh, the 48.
Oh my, they're 3 wide the entire way, it looks like.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Ghost is making his own line.
The entirety of Joker's Racing just cleared themselves against Team Penske, and now they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. All 5 of them are in the top 5. That is teamwork at its finest, and they're pulling away from the pack. The 2, I think, that is the white car in the back, is dropping back to try and make something happen. Contact in the back, 3 wide. Oh, is that going to be a crash?
Joker and Elite.
There's a car through the grass, the 9. Oh, that's a car hard in the wall.
Oh, big wreck.
Oh, Ghostface and Allen are in the wall. Ghostface and LB Allen are in the wall.
Big wreck happening, and we're still going green.
No cautions.
Wow, the 12 was involved in that as well. And this has split everyone up, so now everyone's got to get situated. McCard hits the 34 down the track.
The 34's in the inside wall.
Oh, Jim.
McCard cut down in front of him and it took him out. I obviously don't think McCard intended that. 38!
Beans in the wall. Everyone's in the wall. You get a wall.
Oh, somehow they have all avoided that, but now that's, wow. That's a game caution, I believe. I'm not sure. We'll see here on the one's live stream.
Wow, what a...
And it looks like it's a manual yellow for the first time in this race.
Ooh, that's the 3rd or 4th caution of this race.
I believe the 4th.
Yeah.
4 in 2 stages.
This is a
keep a marker. I think Xfinity got to 7 or 8, something like that, so they're getting close.
So this is interesting. I'm looking on the one's live stream. It's 10 laps. He has 10 laps of fuel left, and there's 12 to go in the stage. I know we're under caution right now, but what are the chances that we've seen people save fuel in the draft, considering that there's 20 plus cars? and some might even stay out and try and gamble on going to the end on fuel with the stage, especially with how hectic the restarts have been.
It's possible, maybe for someone in the back.
Well, right now, I mean, we're under another manual. I mean, we've seen so much carnage, so much chaos, but let's just see who's gonna stay out. And looks like
all of JGR does not pit. That's honestly expected. The 21 heads down the pit lane. The 48, I believe. No, that's the 25.
That's the 25, yeah.
And the 38. I mean, if you're outside the top 10, you may as well pit for the most part. I mean, you're not really going to gain much on the restart unless, the outside just doesn't work. But we've seen the outside work a couple of times. But, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because even though Joe Gibbs Racing, the entirety of Joe Gibbs Racing is in the top 5, it'll be interesting to see how they will try and let each other in. I'm pretty sure there has been a rule. Don't put this to me, but I'm pretty sure that you can't let anyone in line until the backstretch of turn 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait.
You are correct.
Go ahead,
yes,
Jake.
I was gonna. Yeah, that is a rule of Kush.
Brought that rule in last season after the carnage of season 4.
Yeah. So go ahead and say what you were going to say first.
But I will say a lot of those cars that went into the pits this time around, they're really just playing for next stage because right now they're banking on everyone else in the front going into the pits after the stage ends.
Honestly, sorry about that. Honestly, if I were the one pitting right now, I would honestly take fuel only for the most part, considering how crazy these restarts have been, and while everyone else is taking tires. That way, not only you have the same amount of fuel as everyone else, but you have probably a little bit of better track position, knowing that you pitted not too long ago. And the 1 car is heading down the pit lane. Same with the 6. So I believe it looks like pit road's still open as we're starting to double file for this restart here. It's I believe 10 to go in this stage.
I think you're absolutely right. We're about to get ready to go. 10 laps to go here in this stage. And, man, what a wild race. It's been, like, already a wild start to the season. We saw what happened last night in the Truck Series with Jackson Altman getting a win. We saw what happened with masopes getting a win earlier here in their Xfinity race. And now we're seeing JGR just pretty much just dominating right now. And you got the 95 working with the 19. You're going to have the 18 working with the 11. And it looks like they'll get extra help from the 51. Other than that, this is going to be interesting.
This will be interesting for sure because I think what will happen is and maybe find the 51.
All right, so right now we're having some technical difficulties. I end up getting lagged out, so once when off my end, I will get back to it. So my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to hurry up and get back to the race. Thankfully, I got plenty of invites, so.
And luckily, they actually, I believe, they were not going this lap, so they're waiting on a couple more people. So you have luckily plenty of time to join back. So we haven't gone green yet, but now that everyone's double file, they are definitely ready to go this lap.
Reports have came out. Bean is accidentally backed out. He's out of the race.
I got a good little tidbit for you here, guys. Last season we had something spectacular happen to the 500 weekend. We had the SHR sweep the entire weekend. They won the Truck, Xfinity, and the Cup. Well, this week so far, we've had Penske win the Truck and the Xfinity. Will we see Penske get a second, like a back-to-back sweep like the FHR last year? This year we'd have a 500, like a speed week sweep 2 years in a row.
It's likely due to the circumstance of what they're at now, but they got to deal with that whole line of JGR cars. Literally every single JGR car that could be in this race isn't top 5. So that's the only issue you got right here.
I don't know, but I am back on in the racetrack, so thankfully nothing really happened. So once again, my apologies on the technical difficulties. But yeah, we're back here and we're ready to go green this time by. I mean, this has been. We've already lost 2 drivers, Papo and Bean. But let's see how these JGR boys can do it as we are now
Oh,
going.
the 18, did the 18 jump that restart? He got out really far.
He jumped the
The 2 car
start.
was really slow on the start.
He jumped the start.
That's a time penalty.
I mean, can they say something to the 18 for jumping the start?
Okay,
The 95.
yes, they can. I was an admin last season. If he is ruled to have jumped the restart, he will have to drop to the back.
So the 18's
I
gonna
don't know
have
if
to
he
drop to
did.
the back, and the 88 is
Oh, the 88,
falling.
the 88's the
big
88's
break.
gone.
Yeah,
The 88's gone.
88, yeah,
88's
wall.
in the wall.
So
I don't know though because they both look to have started at the same time.
Yeah, but the 95 got off. I mean, it'll
95
definitely be
might have had a wrong
a
gear.
controversial call because of the fact that JGR
they are
is all
teammates.
together.
They are teammates and they are in the same party, so you'd think they'd know what they're doing together.
But I'm not sure though. The 18 got off really early though, from what it looked like. Whenever they got to the box.
Freedom, no. Freedom with the high line, no.
Yeah, he got pushed up there. I saw it.
yeah, but
I'm not sure about that one.
I'm surprised they've not said anything to Beta on jumping the start. I don't know if something happened, but
I don't think he did. I think it was.
gotta
I think
watch
it was
out.
just.
It could be race manipulation too. In the long run, at the end of the race, and they go back and review it with them all being teammates. You never know. Maybe somebody sandbagged on purpose to let somebody else down.
I think it was the 95 just starting the wrong gear or something like that. Because that's possible on these manuals. People forget they're in like 3rd or 4th gear and they start in that gear and they really screw up their starting.
Oh, the 43 got on the apron. I think that's the 43 in the back.
Yes, that is.
that is a 43. But back to the front here. Do you know how many laps we have left there, Porchy?
I'm not sure. Definitely let you know coming to the line this time. I believe it's within. I want to say maybe 6 to go, 5 to go, around there. But we'll definitely. I'll definitely confirm this whenever they get to the line on the one's live stream.
Yeah. Of course, we're seeing it right now with Wyvern Better leading the race here in stage number 2. He's got pretty much 4 out of 5 teammates, or no, he should have all of them. Yeah, all of them right behind him. And of course, the only non-Toyota that's in there, sorry to cut you off, is Joker right there in 6th.
It is 5 laps to go in this stage, so it's getting down to the wire. We're about, I think, we're past halfway, I believe. But I think all of JGR is going to stick together. So the 48's starting to back up the pack, trying to formulate a run, but I don't think he really has anyone behind him willing to be able to help him.
I don't think he has.
No, that
anybody
run's not
helping
going
him
to
out
work if you don't got people behind you. He's got the 8 car behind him. I don't know what the 8 car is planning on doing though.
That's a good question. That shall be
Answered to me.
figured out.
By the 8 car of Fire Slayer.
Yeah, we thought that Fire Slayer was going to retire, but then everyone wanted Fire Slayer to come back because Fire Slayer is a winner in the Cup Series. He's pretty much raced, I think, just the Cup and Truck Series, but I think he might have ran Xfinity. I don't know if he did, but either way, though, Fire Slayer, he's got something good in his hand, especially when it comes to Brody being the leader. As we now got the 3 go this time by here in stage number 2. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, we've had a crazy race down one stage 1, and of course we're seeing JGR in the current top 5, and of course myself, always Jake, Virtunator, Chris Knight, and Porgy Dude are in the booth calling this race.
Yep, we're coming on 2 laps to go, and I mean, it's gonna be really hard to separate Jogo's Racing because they are really working together. If anyone's gonna make a move, it's gonna be that 48 car. But there's no one. The middle of the pack is really split up, so we're really not gonna be able to generate a run big enough to get by all 5 of these JGR cars. But we've seen stranger things happen.
I gotta say, if you get a run of 5 cars, it's nearly impossible. And there's someone up there. I don't know who that is.
That looks like Dirty Boy
This
Jackson.
20 car.
Dirty Boy Jackson is going to make sure he gets out of the way. Good for him. I think we're under the second, the 2 laps ago, we're under the white flag.
Yeah, we are coming to the white flag, so I'd be very surprised if any of the JGR cars. Oh, the 95.
No, 95.
Someone on the bottom there, in the way back
pits.
there. Someone probably got pushed down there.
Yeah,
It was
white
a
flag.
3 car.
White flag this time by here in stage number 2. And so far,
Yeah, 48.
backing up.
48. Wow. Oh.
95.
No, 95.
Went up. I think 95 was letting Chivy go in front of him because I know those top 3 are the ones that can score points through this race.
Here comes the 48 with the run to the outside. No one goes with them.
Nobody goes with them. Flag
The
stays down to the
51
bottom.
backed up as well. I don't know if it'll be a run big enough to try and get some points, but
Oh, Chivy just hit his own teammate. He hit the 95.
here comes Joker to the outside, 3 wide. He's gonna split the JGR cars.
Oh, Kenny just hit the 90, or Kenny just hit Joker.
That's the end of stage 2.
I think
yeah,
Joker passed Killer, and that's it.
Yeah, I definitely see on the stage results here. Can't really tell from the one's perspective, but I believe the 48 did beat the 95, so a little bit of in my opinion, a little bit of miscommunication on Joe Gibbs Racing there. They did have the top 5 pretty locked up, and Joker was able to generate a run big enough to get around one of them.
I will say it might have actually helped them that Joker pass because I think Joker's going to be on the high line now once this restart happens.
I don't know, but one thing I gotta say is that we're actually get ready.
Oh no, Joker's in first.
We're actually getting ready to start things off here in the 3rd and final stage, and once we get ready to go. So far, stage 1 winner Dallin, stage 2 winner Killer XL, and here we are. We kick things off.
No, stage 2 winner was YB Better.
YB Better. Anyways, Joker leading us off here at stage number 3.
Joker, Elite Precision, and Tiger NASCAR are your top 3 right now.
Following along with Chibi, and it looks like the Kenny LaFleur in the top 5.
Oh, they're making contact in the back.
Oh, and I'm hearing some crunching, but yeah, we're still going green. Just a couple of drivers hitting the wall. I'm going to ride along with Dirty Boy Jackson on his hood cam.
Doesn't look like anyone's spun yet.
Yeah, Dirty Boy Jackson.
Oh, the 48 pushed the 21 below the line. That was Joker almost got pushed above to the middle lane and almost got passed by the 21. But Joker was luckily able to make a block on him and really just push him down below the line and keep that first place.
I will ask right now, are there any surprises y'all got so far throughout this race?
I don't know.
Not really sure. I mean, we've seen. I mean, the Joe Gibbs Racing cars, they are split up right now, but I think they can find them themselves together again pretty easy, considering there are 5 of them. So I don't think that'll be a problem at all. There was someone almost in the wall in the back. I think that was the 12. Oh, there's a crash in the back. That's a 10, and there's gonna be a massive wreck through the trouble.
That's gonna be a game caution. Yep, there it goes.
That was the 25 of McCard, and the 3, I'm not sure who else was affected in that. Maybe the 12? Because there are quite a bit of cars back here.
I will say, while we have our break, probably biggest surprise for me is Kenny being in the top 5 of this, pretty much most of this race. Because I know in the Xfinity Series race, he was not doing the greatest, had a little bit of troubles dealing with other drivers. This race doesn't look like he's been having any issues. He's been probably one of, if not the best JGR drivers today.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just seeing some wild, crazy, chaotic race. I mean, I don't know which series had more cautions, the Xfinity or the Cup Series, because this
It's up to 6 now.
I mean, this ain't like Cup where we're seeing too many of these cautions hitting on us as we get ready to go back to green with Joker, Elite Precision, Tiger NASCAR, the current top 3.
You got 2 of the JGR cars on the top side. The 19 was able to get down. I'm not sure if the 95 will be able to. But definitely will be interesting. Oh, the 21's backing up the 95. That way, I don't think he will be able to get in front of the 18. Ooh, that's close.
Oh,
the
their
95.
Oh, 95.
The teammates are attacking each other.
Oh,
There's 3 wide.
Taylor's got to be careful here.
Oh boy, yeah, watch out there. Killer's definitely have to be careful along with
Oh, the
KG.
42 and the 17 are trying to...
Tiger
the
NASCAR!
48 pushed. The 48 just pushed the 11 down below the yellow line. That shuffled 2 of the JGR cars to the high side. And now the JGR cars are split up. You got Kenny and YB Beta. There's a car on the wall in the back. Not really in an accident right now.
Oh, Ghost Killer about
no,
Here comes the 19 with a big run on the outside with the 51. Here comes Chibi to the lead with the 51 to follow.
Chibi!
The 51's going to clear him.
Oh my, Chib, he did not clear him, but Chibi's in the lead. Brody's up in the 3rd.
And look who's right behind him. Beta is right behind him.
But they're going to go right to the back. No one's up there with them, and they're just going to go right to the back, unfortunately. Unless the hole opens up on the bottom, which is very likely, because we see the 3 going on the high side as well, but the 18 does get down there pretty quickly. So does the 42. Now it's just the 3, on that high side by himself. Really doesn't have anyone up there with them. But Chibi, the champ, is now in the lead of this race with his teammate right in 3rd. So if I'm Joker, I gotta feel a little bit worried because he's in a JGR sandwich right now.
Yeah.
And he has no teammates with him at all, because I think the closest teammate that he has is the 25, and he is way in the back.
And not to mention...
You keep going. Jake, you say your thing first.
I'll say not to mention though is that if Joker wants to be able to catch up with them and stay in this pack, he's gonna have to make sure that no one of
they're crashing! They're crashing!
Oh,
that's a big wreck in the back. That's gonna be the 43 hard into the wall.
Oh my
I believe that was
Chibi
the 43.
First. Joker with the smart move going back behind Kenny LaFleur so he can get that bottom line.
Oh my God! Wow.
Quick sponsor here by Petty Motorsports. If Joker doesn't get this win, he sucks ass.
Whoa! Okay,
whoa.
so my apologies on that. Ladies and gentlemen. That was
Technical difficulties.
No.
Certainly not expected, but we'll make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, that was really uncalled for, and we apologize for the language that was on the air. That was not right. And I can understand his frustrations after last night's race, but don't take it out on the stream. So, anyways, back to where we need to be here in the stage number 3, as Chibi is gonna lead the field once again with Joker right behind him, 51 on the outside, and immediately Chibi goes straight up to the top. He's got the 51, he's got 18, he's got most of his help. And look down to the bottom, and you see the 48 Joker, 95 of Killer, and of course the 88 of KD.
I mean, JGR is going to clear themselves again with the top 3. They're going to go right down to the bottom, leaving the 3 out there. That's going to be maybe 3 wide. That is 3 wide with the 6. That's going to be close. I'm sure Joker's thinking to himself, what do I got to do to get away from these JGR cars? Because he's been, I mean, for the most part of this stage, this final stage, he's been in a JGR sandwich. So he's gonna think to himself, what can I do, to not only get around these guys, but to make sure that I can split these guys up, because it almost worked when that caution came out by getting behind Kenny LaFleur to get to the bottom, but unfortunately, didn't really play in those hands because the 18 and the 51 got around him again, He's in 4th right now. He's still in a good position, but it's not ideal considering he's surrounded by every JGR car.
Yeah, the only JGR car he's in front of right now is Killer, and I guess, well, technically Dirty Boy Jackson. But
The
Dirty Boy Jackson's
11
all the way
actually
back.
fell all the way to the back.
Okay.
The 11's all the way back there too.
Yes,
Oh, dang!
the
What happened
11
to
has
him?
been knocked all the way. So whenever they did that move on the outside, they dropped down. The 11 did not have room. 43 in the wall. Yeah, the 11 did not have room. So again, 17 in the wall.
Oh, there's a crash.
Oh, there's a crash.
Oh no!
And that's a game caution immediately. Wow.
Eric has not had fun since he started in first place this race. He has not been able to get back into that top 5.
Pole sitter's curse? Question mark.
Maybe. Wow, we are seeing so many things happening. Wrecks, cautions.
Because, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that everyone that has gotten a pole for the Daytona race has not even finished in the top 5. If I'm not mistaken.
And
I
Eric
think Nike might have in the truck race.
But the thing is, though, is that Eric has been nowhere near up to the front ever since he started, the Daytona 500. He's not even been in the top 10. He's been mostly in the back, and I don't know why. I have to apologize on this dude sending me invites for no reason. But anyways, back to the front we go with Chibi leading this race once again. Can he be able to get just to have a green flag run? We'll see as we're back underway.
Chibi
48.
takes a high line to the corner.
It's gonna clear him.
Oh, 48 clears himself.
Yeah, he definitely cleared himself. A little bit of nose action there.
As Kenny goes down right at the end of that corner. Maybe a little too early, but...
Oh, there's a contact in the back. The 34 of Big Jim.
Jim, and they're 3 wide in the back. They're 3 wide.
Ooh, Roush Fenway this race has not had a fun day. Sorry about that, Jake. Team's not been doing too great.
You're good. You're good. I mean, once again, as a broadcaster slash driver, you gotta feel mutual towards your team and your drivers, and yeah. So right now, not talking about Roush right now. We just need to get back to the front. We're seeing so many crazy things happen. Chibi is leading this race. He's got Wybie better in second. Of course, Joker wants to ruin this little JGR party. Like Porchy said, he is in the middle of a JGR set. You know he's going to end up feeling the bump from the 95 of Killer XL, and I see the 6 going to the outside wall. LaFleur, my apologies on that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, LaFleur. He didn't move on my phone. Oh, Joker, I'm wondering what his plan is.
Whatever his plan is, it's gonna take a lot of work to separate these JGR cars. They are nose to tail with each other, and it's getting down to the wire. We're within 15 to go, so it's gonna be crazy here.
I do have a question for you. Is there any pit stops that you can see happening or no?
I don't think so. Everyone should be good to the end on fuel. Especially without any caution.
The 21, and he's going to the pits. Oh,
21
no.
Elite Precision.
21.
He has been taken out.
21. That is really unfortunate because he's going to go a lap down now because of that.
I don't know who hit him. Was that the 48 or the 95?
I don't know.
It looked like it was the 48, but I'm not entirely sure.
So
but it was
the series of events was wild there. The 51 sent the 48 up high. The 48 retaliated, came back down, chopped the 95. The 95 sent him back high. He came back down again and door slammed the 21 down pit road there.
Wow.
Okay, so it was a series of ping pong.
Yeah, pretty much. The JGR guys bullying the 48 and the 48.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. The thing is, I don't see why they wouldn't bully the 48. And everyone's up.
Oh yeah,
everyone
he's the odd man out. Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone except for Tiger NASCAR is in the top 5 for.
Oh my God!
Watch out! Watch out! That was close.
Oh my God!
Who's in the
that's
21?
going in the
Elite
that's
precision.
That was
precision.
elite precision.
Oh my
And
that-
god.
the Joker gets
that
fourth
might go in
below.
Okay, yeah, that might go in the incident report. So
that was
if anyone wants to put
that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Masopes, somebody needs to
bad
get
is
in
an
there.
understatement.
So hold on, real quick. Somebody, I'm sorry to interrupt, but somebody's race control needs to tell the 21 to get out of the way because he is a lap down car now, and these drivers are trying to fight to be able to get to the front. That was very close, very good driving from our drivers to escape the 21. About Kevin LePage it right there.
12 laps to go in this race, so I mean, if I'm going to be honest, it's got to be everyone else versus JGR at this point because no one's going to be able to separate these four.
And speaking of that, Tiger NASCAR moving up the field too, so he might get into that. He might make it a top 6 for him. He might make it a top
Good.
6 and just have JGR be the. If they get top 6 at this race, they might have an easy shot at winning the team championship this year.
I mean, this is certainly like I've only commentated for only a little bit in this league, but it certainly seems to be the best team performance here at Daytona.
I think it's his best team performance ever seen.
Yep, and I definitely got to say this though is that I've been calling Hennessy.
Oh, here comes the 1995.
But as I was saying though, before we saw that happen, is that I've been calling Hennessy for the past 6 seasons in all 3 series, and I've never seen a great team chemistry like you see from JGR. So Killer, he's got himself a really good team right here.
And let's see how many laps are to go. I believe it's 10 to go, so I'll confirm this. Now, the real question is, with the teamwork of JGR, what are the chances that we see of them going for themselves here?
I don't think so. I personally feel like that if I was JGR, I mean, you got Joker right there in 4th. You got, I mean, you can't let Joker move the 51 right there. You know,
Rooted him right up out of the way.
he just straight up just blasted him.
Oh, the 51 that cuts across. That's going to be a wreck.
Oh,
they
my
save
David.
it.
Who is that?
That's the 22 that saved it.
Oh my god.
That's not going to go over too low. That's going to be a discussion.
Between the 51 and the 95, that's going to be a very
But
interesting
now
one.
the top 2 are separated. The top 2 have got to be careful here.
And Joker's blocking the run. He's blocking the JGR's run, and he knows that if something happens, that he can't be able to execute it, so he's got to block these runs. Man, I mean, Joker's not giving any JGR any room. And I thought his hatred for Penske was bad. No, look at his hatred for JGR. He is not letting nobody pass him.
I mean, fair play to him. I mean, he's doing everything he can. I mean, he knows that it's pretty much himself versus 4 of the cars right now. And I can see the 11 back there starting to make his way up.
I mean, there'll be, 6 JGR cars inside, at least the top 5, top 6. But right now, it's just we only got 5 out, or, yeah, around at least about 4 out of the 5 we're seeing here. And, if I'm Killer, if I'm Chewy, I would not give if I'm Chewy, I would not give Joker any daylight at all. I would not let him pass me even if he punts.
It's 7 laps to go right now, so...
Wait,
the 51!
Chewy's not in this race.
No, I meant, 19, sorry.
Chibby.
Chibby.
Yeah.
I meant Chibby,
I was about to say, wait, Chewy.
I meant Chibby,
Man,
sorry about that.
Joker's in for a long season if he's going to drive everybody like this. Yeah.
Reports the 11 is lagging.
Tire NASCAR.
I don't know if this is confirmed.
I'm still watching
It doesn't really seem anything.
Oh,
There's a car on the wall in the back.
the
The 17, I believe.
17's in the dirt.
They keep it
He's
straight.
back up.
They keep it straight for now.
How many laps are left?
6 to go, I believe.
Okay, this is getting down to the wire, boys.
Getting down to that money moment.
All right.
I
Once
mean,
again,
Will Joker get his shot for fame?
can he calm here, because he should know at this point Joker's not going to go to the high side, because he knows that if Joker goes to the high side, Joker knows that the 95 is going to go down there and try and force him out. So Kenny's got to be patient here.
Kenny has no reason to move whatsoever.
Just
His
leave
best
him
spot,
to go,
his best
no more
choice, is
manual.
to stay right where he is, because if he moves whatsoever, he's gonna screw himself over and his teammates, Dirty Boy Jackson and Killer, because they got Heredia right and who's ready for a run, and you got
we
Joker
are
right in front of them
within
who's ready for a run.
we are within 5 to go, so it's moves are going to be made, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a bad block to be thrown.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't forget there's no manual cautions either. This is
That
all
is
big game
right.
Cautions now.
Oh my! So
That is
we
right.
could either see overtime or we could see a race over.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty
Very
much.
well.
And once again, that has been the rule ever since we started doing Hennessy, is that when it's 5 to go, there are no manuals. The only way that we can have a caution is if it's an in-game caution. So we're now at 4 laps to go this time by. Right now, oh man.
I mean,
Come on,
it's,
Chitty.
Joker's got to do something. He's got to move the 18 somehow.
I don't know if Joker is willing to do it yet. I think he's gonna
The
wait till last lap.
51,
which
the
I-
51's got to be patient here. 51's got to be patient.
Oh, the
He's gotta
51's
be
went back.
patient.
51's back. 51's back.
He's
If
gotta
I'm
I
being
can't
honest,
believe that 11 car's that high up again. That's crazy.
Yeah.
JGR has something in them. That's all it means. Do they got
He's
some nitrous
driven
in their?
through the field.
Do they got some nitrous? I mean, Tiger NASCAR last season was probably the best truck in the truck series. I know he didn't win truck series, but he was probably the best truck out there.
3 to go.
3 to go this time by, and of course something I do want to mention is that there's a second line moving up, leading by Mike
wow.
G. I don't know if they can catch up to them. If they can get plenty of drivers, then maybe. But right now, it's that bottom line that is having a really dominant run. And of course, not
If
to
they
mention,
if they get up there, I wonder if Joker is gonna catch up, gonna go up with them, or try and stay down.
he needs to stay
That's a
down.
good
He needs to stay down, because the moment he goes up, JGR is going to just follow right at each other.
2
2 to go.
Yeah, but Joker's setting up a run right now. You see how far back he is?
I mean, he doesn't have any help, though. He has to get help from the high side. Here comes the 2.
Here comes the
Here
2.
Oh, hooray, add to the high line.
Okay,
Oh,
Chewy.
it's going to be close. I mean, it's just not enough on the high side. It's too far. It's too much.
Oh.
It's too much on the bottom. There's too much
Looks like-
momentum on the bottom.
As you're saying this, it looks like White B Betta might be thinking about it. I don't know if this is really gonna happen, but he might be thinking about going past him.
No,
Might be
he
thinking about
doesn't.
going past Jimmy, his teammate.
Nah, you can't allow the 48 to get any type of chance to throw away a team win.
But the one thing I gotta
48's
say,
backing up. Here we go.
Yeah,
Last
here we go.
lap. Oh,
White flag.
all or nothing, boys.
all right, white
Oh,
flag
that's gonna be
in
oh,
the air.
they're making contact in the back.
Contact!
That's
Oh,
the
they're wrecking!
That's gonna be that's the race.
That's the race.
Wait, did Kenny
Give me the chip.
pass Joker? Did Kenny pass Joker?
I don't think he
That's
did.
the end of the race.
No, he didn't. Joker's
He
gonna be
didn't.
third
Oh
place.
my! Woohoo!
Wow,
Who
that's
picked Chippy? Somebody picked Chippy. Who was
I
that?
did. First did.
Look at that.
and my two picks finished in the top 5. That's pretty
yeah,
decent.
my pick came in third. Let's get it.
Wow, what a crazy race. I had a feeling that there was going to be a last lap crash. I had that feeling. But honestly, despite the GAGR finish, we have to give Joker a lot of credit. He did try a lot by himself.
Yeah, he did. He held him off, man.
He
It was
finished
the A
third,
car
so
that crashed
the top 3 are Chibi, Beta, and Joker. Top 3 rounding out your podium.
That final caution had Fire Slayer and another Chevrolet that started it. There was a second Chevrolet.
And unfortunately, we have lost Verge for some reason. Hopefully, he'll be back for interview questions, but let's get our top 3 in here. But first of all, thoughts on the race from everyone here. Wow.
Yeah, and considering the fact I'm the one that's leading the broadcast. But anyways, yeah, like Porty said, is that what a race, what a race. We've seen cautions, we've seen drama, we've seen so much that has happened here tonight. I can't even begin to tell you how chaotic this race was. Um, let's go ahead and talk to Chibi, not Chibi, but real quick. Looks like we need to get all of JGR an invite.
No, the third. I know the third was Joker.
Yeah, so can we get can somebody get all the JGR guys in here?
Yes, I will work on that momentarily. But wow, that was probably the craziest race I've ever seen.
That was just wild. I what a way to start the season. What a way.
So it
Man.
was Chibi, Joker, and Y Beta. So someone's gonna have to add Chibi and Y Beta.
There's more
I'll
that
add Joker.
you gotta add. They want all. Yeah, get Joker in here, please. Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and add Joker.
Man. And let's go ahead and get a chance to talk to Joker while we're waiting on Beta and Chibi. So Joker, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, so pretty much I want to say congratulations on that top three, but you had a up and down race. And of course, it seemed like that you were struggling a lot. You had to put some aggressive blocks and make some aggressive moves on the JGR guys. So take us through the battle that you had with the JGR crew.
Yeah. I was leading, I think, at the end of stage 2 or whatever. So it was just trying to keep control of the race, but then the cautions kept happening because of the lag. So, um, I didn't mean to kill the 21 there, but, Killer kind of helped me out there when I was starting, I think, fourth. So I was trying to do him a favor and just think made a bad block. I haven't seen my footage of it yet, but I do apologize to him, and I won't be mad if he tries to pursue a penalty for that. But yeah, it was just nothing I could have done differently there. Once Kenny backed up, I had to keep trying to stop his run and just hope, because I know YB was just going to push Chibi to the win. So, but good for Chibi. He's been talking about getting a win, and so yeah,
uh,
good job for JGR though, just to keep control of that race towards the end, even with them being on the outside and the bottom.
yeah.
Good job to them.
Yeah, so I guess while we're waiting on YB Beta, I don't know if he wants to be in here, but where's the man at? Where's Chibi at? Yes, you. Yes. So you actually had somebody that actually picked you to win this race, and that individual was Fortunator. He said, I'm gonna go with something bold here. He went and picked you. Wow, wow. So first of all, how are you feeling right now to get your first win here? uh, Dude, you can be speechless. You can say anything you want. Just make sure it's PG related.
Top 7. So
Yeah, yeah, and so while you got a chance to be up front, I mean, talk about how good of a chemistry you and the rest of the JGR guys had. Yeah, and of course, not to mention that before you went over to the 19, you was with Penske before you got traded, and all of a sudden here you are in a new ride, new number, and you did so incredible. I mean, talk about how much this win means to you, and how much it means to get a chance to start the season off with a win. Hello. Yeah, very well said. So let's go ahead and we'll take the questions as Ferks is still having issues. Porchy, let's go ahead. I know you got some questions for both these two. Take it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Joker first. Joker, within those last 10 laps, what was on your mind, knowing that you were basically by yourself? I knew you were trying to make something work, but were you just trying to just sit in line and just wait until the last second to try and make a move, or just stay where you were instead of risking yourself to go all the way to the back? Because we have seen people make a move too early, too late, and it doesn't work out for them.
Yeah, very well said. Very well said.
I thought that was a question.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry with that.
Um, yeah, it was just, I didn't really have much teammates that race, so it was just my HMS teammates. But Papa lagged out, and KD and Ghost didn't really have any luck on their side. So it was just hard because I knew, like, once, because I seen earlier in the race that they shuffled out Penske when Kenny was the leader, and they all got 1 through 5. So I just had to be really aggressive with Kenny. I even had to brake when the caution was coming out to be on the bottom just to try and make sure I had a shot. So, but I'm not mad at them for doing it. They did the best they did what they had to do. A teammate won, and all of them finished top 6 of 7. So, just good job for Killer, just revamping that team from last year into a good good group of guys.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing I want to ask is, after seeing their teamwork and after seeing what they're, obviously capable of doing, what does that put into perspective for you, heading into other tracks like, Talladega, Michigan, and the Auto Club, the draft tracks that, could very well, be, a team winning strategy to, help each other out for the majority of those races, and even the Daytona 500 next season. Like, what does that put into perspective for you?
Well, I don't think it's going to matter that much or I was going to say Atlanta Auto Club in Michigan. But I think definitely Talladega when we go there towards the end of the season when, actually playoff spots are on the line, that's when it will matter a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. And congrats on the congrats on the top three. You definitely deserve it with how hard you were working around those JGR cars. I mean, it was 6 versus 1, and you managed to pretty much split them evenly. So congrats on that, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for doing the booth. I know it's probably not the most ideal race with all the lag, but still thank you for, especially Kush, because he hasn't really done the booth recently. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
Hey, I
you. I'm
mean,
always down.
it was fun anyways.
yeah. So, so I do got one question though. Is Killer XL here?
Killer.
Yep.
So Killer, so I want to talk to you about this. So as your pretty much your first race as a new owner, you know, there's
Oh,
always been. But
Can't hear you, buddy.
you lagged.
can y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
yes.
Okay, sorry about that. So pretty much your first race as a new team owner, and there's a lot of expectations on how JGR was going to be, and now you get a chance to start things off with a win. How much does it mean to you as an owner, and how much does it mean to you the fact that you see your own driver getting his first win, and not only that with your team?
Yeah, it means a lot. I picked up a good trio, or we don't really count DBJ, but picked up a good trio of drivers that will work well together. They'll get along, and they'll compete for a win and hopefully win a championship for the team.
If I may ask one question for you, Killer. So like, what was your strategy going into you? Because I know you and Kenny. I don't think you guys were allowed to score points there. What was your guys' strategy towards the end when you were all four or five of you were up there at one point?
Our I don't know. I can't really hear you, but our main goal was just to get a team win. We wanted to sweep the top six, but really couldn't get Joker out of there. So props to him for staying in the middle of us. But we had a game plan and we stuck to it, and it worked out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we definitely got to give final thoughts and comments before we let y'all go. So, right now, as far as now as I'm looking at the schedule at the moment, we are heading over to Vegas next week. So, Killer, any thoughts about Vegas and any final comments before y'all head off?
Um, Vegas will be fun.
Joker, since you just joined, do you have any final thoughts or comments? And can you give us your comments as we go to Vegas next week?
Real season starts next week. And
True that.
I'm sure half of the people up front now won't be there next week. So
That's what they all say.
All right, and of course, last but certainly not least, Mr. Chibe. I gotta get a chance to have your final thoughts and comments, and can you give us your thoughts on Vegas as well?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Very well said.
Supposed to get that check out this off season, so
One last thing.
yeah, I'm ready for that.
Or wait, one last thing I do have to say. What's your chances on getting back to back?
I'd say it's split between me and someone else. Catch it two other people.
Hmm.
So it just depends who's gonna be more consistent.
All right, well, we'll let you gentlemen go. Enjoy the night, and we'll see you guys in Vegas. Alrighty, so yeah, that was a crazy wild race. We've seen so many uh, cra- crazy things have happened. I mean, we didn't know what to expect. So, real quick though, we'll start with you there, Kush. Wild night, wild start to the season. Do you have any comments on what you saw tonight, and what can you tell us as far as what we need to look forward to come Vegas?
Seemed about par for the course with super speedway racing. With 20-something drivers, usually either lag comes into play or somebody not being patient enough. Never take too much of a sample size on the season from this race. There's people that were up front that you will not see up front again until maybe Talladega. There's other people that were in the back that you won't see in the back again until maybe Talladega. So this is definitely not a good race to gauge your expectations off of the season.
Very well said. Fortunator, do you have any final thoughts and comments you want to say? And do you want to give us your thoughts on Vegas for next week?
My final thoughts is plate tracks on Heat 5 are what they like to call Twilight Zone. Everything that should happen doesn't happen. It's an opposite effect, really. But for Vegas, I feel like as Joker said, Vegas is really where you see the real like proven drivers show their skills. because with these play tracks, you don't really see skill as much as you do see luck. If you get what I mean.
Very well said. And of course, last but certainly not least, Porchy. Any final thoughts and comments you want to say, and do you want to give us your thoughts on Vegas as well?
Yeah. I think with how this race folded, definitely I think things now are going to be a lot more calm, a lot more tame. Heading into tracks like Vegas and the shorter tracks like Phoenix and stuff like that. Um, I do expect it to be honestly a pretty quiet race for Vegas. I really don't expect a lot because, on the long run things can be, pretty spread out and it can be it can feel draining because with these races being 50%, it can be it feel like a little bit of an endurance race. I know those two terms really don't go together with endurance racing and NASCAR, but it'll probably feel like that midway. I would say midway through stage 2 and through stage 3 as well. Trying to figure out strategy and um, just to see how things will play out. But I think now that the chaos is finally over with for now, I think I think it, I think things will be more tame, especially for the other series as well. Trucks probably will be a lot more calm. Same with Xfinity and Cup. If I'm gonna be honest, like obviously it'll be a lot more calmer than Daytona, but I think it'll still be a little bit crazy for Vegas for Cup Series. And honestly, it'll probably be like that for the first couple of races until things, start to uh, not die down, but you know, sort of like, get the idea of, where everyone's running, how fast everyone is, to get an idea of, how this chase is going to unfold later in the season and see, who's going to be up front, who's going to be in the mid pack, and who's going to be in the back. Obviously, everyone wants to be up in the front, but it'll be interesting to see how things play out because Cup Series has a lot of talent. The Xfinity Series has a lot of talent. Same with the trucks. So it'll be interesting to see how the season plays out now that the chaos is finally over for now.
All right, very well said. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, that is our time here in the booth. It has been wild, it has been chaotic, and hopefully no more issues with the stream like we had. So my apologies once again. But for all of us here at Hennessy Performance League, for Kush Knight, for Firstinator, for Porchy, I am Jake saying so long, and we will see you all at Vegas next week. Good night, and be careful. Jesus Christ.